When you're in a doctor's office and you have to wait, what do they usually have in the waiting room? Magazines, TVs. When you're in the waiting room in a doctor's office, they give you something to do because it gives you something to do while you wait, because it feels like the waiting time is less. You ever watch a show and then you get your name called and you're like, oh, that was fast? Same duration, you were just doing something. You weren't focused on the wait, you were focused on what you were doing. Even in the magazine, you read in the magazine and you get caught up in it, next thing you know, you're called. One thing I learned about waiting, God doesn't just have you waiting. He doesn't just say sit there and wait. He gives you something to do in the meantime. And when I think about the magazine or the TV in the waiting room, sometimes those things aren't relevant to me. They don't seem important to me. They don't seem like something I would want to do or read or watch. The magazine cover may be irrelevant, but if you look at the magazine cover, you may not read it, but if you open it up, you'll end up on page 64 reading an article that you had not known it'd be so relevant to you. You didn't know it was going to bless you so much. You didn't know you were going to be so invested in it that literally you look up and you were called. But I found that when we're waiting, God gives us stuff to do. God has been speaking to us saying, okay, in the meantime, I want you to focus on this. And before you know it, the wait is over. Matthew chapter 4, Jesus was so focused on the mission, he forgot about the wait. See, Jesus was fasting for over 40 days and he became hungry, but the Bible never records he brought up being hungry ever again. As in, he wasn't focused on his hunger. And see, the angels came and ministered to him. The Amplified says they came serving him. Again, before you know it, the doctors will call your name. But there's stuff to do in the meantime. I think that's so critical. When you're waiting, don't focus on the wait. Ask God, what would you have me do? What would you have me do in the meantime? Let me look around. What is there to do? What can I do? And again, before you know it, the wait is over. There are people that I know that are truly a little frustrated in the waiting season, and it's not necessarily because of the wait. See, the fruit of the Spirit of patience is not the ability to wait, it's how you act while you're waiting. And something that I've found about waiting is, what are you really rushing for? Where are you going? I've done it my way, and my way has been trash. Every time I've done something my way, it went wrong. It seems good at first. You know, everybody's wise in their own eyes, the Bible says. You seem like you got this, but you don't. And if you look at your life and seen how you've done it, do you really have a choice but to wait on God? Like, you literally have no choice but to wait on God. You know with your way it's going to go bad, but when you know with God's way it's going to be the best. So why not wait on him? Why not just do it God's way? I think that's so funny when people say, I don't know. Like, yeah, you do know. You gonna wait on God. That's what you gonna do. Like, so it's interesting that in the doctor's office you have an appointment. You gonna wait. And what you gonna do? Say you got somewhere to go? Okay. Don't get served then. Don't meet the needs that you know you need to cater to. That's why you came to the doctor's office. Wait. And when you leave, you're satisfied. When you leave, you feel better because you knew you did what you needed to do. You took care of what you need to take care of, but there's something to do in the meantime. God gives us something to do. And then just tell us to sit there and wait. God is speaking. God is dealing with us. He's given us vision. He's given us instructions. And it's funny because in the book of Genesis, when God is giving a charge to Adam, he tells him to be fruitful and multiply. That's as an assignment. Check this out. The Amplified says God blessed Adam by giving him a command, by giving him authority, by giving him instruction. You're blessed when God speaks to you. You are blessed when God gives you an instruction. What has God been telling you to do in the meantime? That makes the wait, not going to say faster, but you just don't notice how the time flies. Look around. And don't consider the thing God calls you to do irrelevant. You look at the magazine and the TV like, don't worry about that. I ain't watching that. Looking at your clock. Keep looking at your clock. You'll be waiting for a long time. You'll end up complaining. You end up murmuring. You end up doubting. You end up rushing. You'll move in haste. And you'll miss what God is doing in this season. Do what God is calling you to do. Don't worry about the finances. Don't worry about what you don't have. Don't worry about the people you don't have. Don't worry about you not being married or something like that. Listen, wait on God. But in the meantime, look around you. What is he showing you to do? What is there to do?